Hey Zab, what are you doing here?
Hey, you know me, I'm just doing my job.
Y'all know the name. dSource.
Boo would slow down. And right about now, I got a special guest on the show. He's none other than David Rodela. He has a fight coming up on the 25th. And he's also known amongst the Filipino boxing circles as Manny Pacquiao's favorite sparring partner. How are you doing, David?
I'm doing good, man. How you guys doing, bro?
There you go. Round of applause for David. Yeah, man, doing good, man. And how about you? I know you're training hard right now for an upcoming fight. Talk to us about your camp and how you feeling so far.
Oh, well, I had a good camp. I just got back from the Philippines about like maybe 3.5 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. I shot a commercial with Pacquiao out in the Philippines in Manila. We did a commercial for Hennesy.
Oh, wow. Look at you.
Yeah, and then I got back and Manny said, make sure you hit it hard and make sure you give me a W. So, came back to the gym and hitting it hard,
Definitely. That's great to hear, man. Look at you. You were in Manila shooting commercials with Pacquiao. Talk to us about how that whole relationship between you and him. It's all good. Talk to us about that whole relationship, how it transpired and everything.
Well, I started sparring with Manny for like the first Eric Wallace fight way back in the day. And I think I was barely making my professional debut. And I asked Freddie Roach if I could spar him. And so I started sparring with them, and so we started sparring one night, and we did 3 rounds, and he invited me the next day. We did another 3, but at that time, I got dropped in the last round. The third round, I got dropped ugly by Manny, and I got back up, and I said, hey, one more round, let's even out the score. And he started giggling. He goes, are you serious? I was like, yeah, one more round. So we sparred another round, and then afterwards, after we got done sparring, he goes, how many fights you got? And I was like, I don't have any. I'm about to make my debut. So how come you didn't tell me? And I was like, well, you never asked. And then the rest is history, bro.
That's awesome. That's a great story. And I mean, you've become Manny Pacquiao's favorite sparring partner. You're always there in all his camps since you started. Talk to us about the work, the kind of work, and how it's helped you out. That you get to, train with one of the best, if not the best, in the sport right now.
Well, it's a good learning experience. I just try to emulate other people's styles. So when he fights Marquez, I study a bunch of Marquez tapes, and I actually fight like Marquez. I don't fight like the way I fight. And then when he fights like Cotto, I act like Cotto. So no matter who he fights, I always, study videotapes and I emulate their style, so I don't try to fight like the way I fight like the way they fight. So that's why Manny keeps hiring me, and I guess I ended up being his favorite sparring partner. Yeah, every time he called me, I need a spar, start studying videotapes. So I study videotapes. Now I'm part of his camp, and now I'm actually family,
Awesome,
cool,
yeah, definitely. And I saw that heartwarming story about you and Manny. Manny helped you get your house. You know what I mean? Talk to us about that. And did you expect anything like that at all?
I don't expect anything. I do my job, I get paid for it. I spar, I get paid. That's as far as that goes. But as far as the house, that came like a big surprise because I was looking for a home actually, and we had just got married. Me and my wife had just got married, and then Manny got word that I got married, and he goes, hey, did you buy your wife a house? And I was like, no, I don't got your kind of money. I can't just, go out and buy my wife a house. I was like, I live in California. Houses are expensive. So he started giggling. He was like, really? And I was like, yeah, I didn't buy her house. Like, where do you live at? So, I rented an apartment, 2-bedroom apartment. I live good, though. He said, well, why don't you come have dinner with me tomorrow? Invite your wife. So I invited my wife, went out to dinner. And then before we left the dinner table, he goes, hey, he talked to my wife. He goes, are you interested in buying a house? And my wife's like, yeah, of course. I'm looking around. He goes, well, make sure you pick one and take this with you and make sure you put down a good down payment. So he gave us the good money for a good down payment.
Wow, that's really nice to hear, man. It's nice to hear stories
it's funny because I'm not Filipino. I mean, I've been to the Philippines, you know, a handful of times. I love the Filipino people, but I'm not Filipino. He don't have to do that to me. I mean, he could have done that for one of his people, for like a cousin, an aunt, an uncle, somebody, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But he did it for me. That meant a lot to me, you know.
Definitely, but you know what? That's the thing with Filipinos, and I noticed this with a lot of Mexican people too. Like with us, I mean, of course we support our own, but you don't have to be Filipino, you don't have to be Mexican, you don't have to be black, white, or whatever. As long as you're good peoples, your family, you know, we look out for each other, you know. And it's definitely nice to hear that Manny has looked out for you after all of the help and work you've put in to help him prepare for his fights.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's a blessing because I told him that's a life changing. No matter what happens, my kids will always have a roof over their head because of him, you know.
Definitely. And are you gonna be helping him out again this time around for his fight?
Yeah, I'll be helping him out. I heard he's fighting Bradley, so I'll be helping him out for Bradley. And when I was out there with Manny, Bob Arum was out there, and Bob Arum asked me, Manny asked Bob Arum if I could get on his undercard for June 9th. So I'm excited, man. I'm gonna be fighting on his undercard.
Oh wow, that would be great, man. Especially for you know, the Mexican and Filipino fans that have heard all about you in sparring and haven't seen you fight. But let's talk about your upcoming fight on the 25th against Baudel Cardenas. You know, at the Ocean View Pavilion. What do you think about this fight? And any predictions or how you breaking down your opponent?
Yeah, well, no I don't predict anything. I know I had a few bumpy roads the last couple years, but you know, I did a little soul searching. I feel good. I feel motivated. I feel like you know, I'm doing my pro debut again. So you know, it's back in my own backyard. No, man, I'm excited.
And you're a young dude, man. You're not even 30 yet, so you still definitely have a long way if you want to, you know.
Oh yeah, definitely. So you know, that's what I said. I'm excited. You know, like I said, I had a few bumpy roads. You know, but I feel good though, man. I'm excited. I want to turn it around and you know, get a nice little W and you know, get on Manny's undercard for June 9th.
Definitely. And can you talk to us more about Manny? What are some things that you know about him that you think people don't know about him? Because we all see the you know, the 24/7s and the things that the media put out there, but you're there behind the scenes and you know him better than most people. So what can you share?
Oh well, you know,
Manny?
he's like the most down to earth dude that I know. I mean, like no matter how much money he has, how many houses he has, it doesn't matter. He always puts God first. First and foremost, he always puts God first, always goes to church, but he's like a down human being. He's just, you know, just like you and me talking right now. He's just hella cool, man.
Absolutely. That's so awesome to hear. And talk about that Hennesy commercial. Did Hennesy try to also contact you about trying to endorse one of their tequila brands or whatnot?
Nah, well, I honestly thought with that when we went to the Philippines, honestly thought we were doing a San Miguel commercial, their Filipino beer. And then when we got there, he's like, no, this is no Filipino beer. I was like, no, what are we doing? And he's like, it's a commercial for Hennessy. I said, well, Hennessy? I said, Filipino Hennessy says. He's like, well, I do now.
Did they send you off with a few boxes?
Well, I mean, they said, you know, they would cut me a nice little check. I mean,
that's nice.
But I mean, it was cool, man. I mean, I said, you know, a bottle, a little stuff be cool.
Definitely. And what did they have you guys do for that commercial? And when do you think we're gonna see that?
They had us sparring, and Manny flew me out there just to spar with them for a few rounds. The producer goes, David, we had another Filipino guy here to spar with Manny, and I go, yeah. I was gonna say, why'd you guys, you know, fly me all the way from here for? I was only there for maybe 2 days, and I flew back. It took me longer to get there than I was actually staying there. So but I only did like 2 rounds of sparring, and that was it. We were just sparring, you know, and they liked the way I guess I sparred them, and Manny recommended for me to be there. He goes, no, Manny wanted you. We sent another Filipino guy home, and no, Manny wanted you. Doing my job.